Everyone, this is Raymond Acosta from Cold Rice Media on What's Good. We're about to start this stream right now. Let's
Cold Rice Media.
What's going on, y'all? Again, this is Raymond Acosta from Cold Rice Media on the What's Good live stream every single Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for tuning in. I actually set this about 5 minutes later just because I wanted to go ahead and get people situated on their back end here. And as I had mentioned on my IG account, if you follow us at Cold Rice Media on Instagram, tonight's episode, we are going to be discussing an event that's going to be coming up, a tradition. And it's not even just event, it's events. Just all like it's about a month and a half's worth of, I don't know how long this thing really lasts, but we're gonna have a lot of explanations to it. The person across from me here is a well-known person in my area, in the DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth area here in Texas, and even in just Texas period, in the South. He's been around. He's celebrated amongst many communities in this area and many Lao, Hmong communities, Thai communities over here during Lao New Year. His name is John, and he is. You okay with me saying your last name? You don't want to be FBI's not catching you, bro.
Can you pronounce
John, is it Sitavong?
Sitavong.
Sitavong. John Sitavong. He is the founder of Lao Nation, and I'm going to give you a little bit of time here to kind of introduce and let us know a little bit of what Lao Nation is for the most part. I know it's pretty known in the South here, and there's some sprinkles of knowledge of what you guys do up in the Northwest and in the North, but school everybody else that don't know, bro.
Well, Lao Nation is pretty much, we're like a nonprofit, Dallas, Texas based group. We first started out, just, group of friends hang out, hey, you know what, let's party. You guys want to party, make our own float, this and that. It's like, and then everything just started from there, and then went from community group to a float. And we do all kind of other stuff around the community, not just, float. We go out, do food drives, support families that, have people that pass away and stuff. And, whatever, a lot of stuff, it's hard to keep up with because we try not to be, too much out there and always, showboating or, trying to gain clout for what we do. It's about, doing it from your heart, not, for attention, pretty much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so I actually had another guest lined up today. So John is more in the Dallas, like more the Dallas area, and I wanted to bring somebody on that can speak to and has experience in the Lao celebrations here, the Lao New Year celebrations in the Fort Worth area, because that's really where, in my opinion, and from what I've heard, and I haven't really been contested throughout this time, that's where really the main event has been with the celebration in Saginaw. Unfortunately, schedules kind of conflicted there, so we weren't able to bring the gentleman on. I do want to give him a shout out to Tho. If you're gonna watch this episode, I appreciate you even trying. I know you had a lot of history and still very much involved in the back of the scenes of actually what goes on. But with regards to your involvement, John, it's just you said it originally started, at least on your end, with just a group of friends. Is that really so? Tell me a little bit more of just your history and your, like, throughout the years of you actually celebrating in the Lao community and just in Texas period, just because and actually specifically in the Dallas Fort Worth area, just because it's so dense here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Southeast Asians here.
Yeah, it's like when when I first moved here, it was like early 2000. Went to the parade, went to Lao New Year, and then we didn't really care much that time because we're younger. We just walk around, buy food, and drink, party, like usual things that young teenagers, young adults do. Didn't pay too much attention. Then as time progressed, we try to get more involved. Okay. All right. But yeah, it just like it got to the point where just one day we just like, we first team we always supported and joined was Numia Pub. and
Mhm.
that's like an original team. Like they go way back, like since early 1990. When it first Saginaw was like numbered farm fields. I don't know how to explain it. It's just boonies back then. It just like they had all the land, none of the houses, stores, 7-Eleven, all that wasn't even
Mhm.
there yet. Everybody was living in like trailers and stuff and mobile homes that time. And then as the year progressed, things just became a city. And then the event, it just, it got started from like pretty much just the community, and as word got out, more and more people showed out. At that time, was it Louisiana was popping that time,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then everybody's, oh, Louisiana, this and that. And then I never figured that Saginaw would get to the point where it pretty much the parade became better than Louisiana. That's where
Mm.
the reason why I say that, because I experienced Louisiana and I lived there for a few years, and they got that little Laos village and everything over there. It's pretty big, hype too, but then the hype pretty much got moved to the DFW area now, because from the city population, we got like so many diverse people joining us. That's what made the New Year's in Saginaw so big.
Mhm. So
Yeah,
the let's take a huge step back. I'm just trying to find origin here. So like when I asked my when I so I immigrated from the Philippines to Washington State, and there's always a question. Like with me growing up, I've always been interested how people ended up there. I mean, you got Asians. Like I was like, how did the Asians end up here, right? How did the Filipinos get over here? What's the story, and what was the main draw in just in Texas? Period. Is it? I've been told it was the sponsorships, but then it's so dense in these specific
it's
pockets, right?
it's pretty much got to say work and sponsors, where your sponsors take you. Because I
Mm-hmm.
know my parents, when they first came to Laos, they started in Dallas, Texas too,
Mm-hmm.
downtown area, Odie's Dallas area, Maple area. And then
Mm-hmm.
as people get more educated, save money, they move their way up and buy lands in different areas outside of the city of Dallas. Pretty much that's what I assume what happened, because I,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that old, to go way back there with the hey, how we ended up here. So just by looking at my parents, my aunts and uncles, it's pretty much that's what they did. Like when they, I'm gonna go buy land, live out here. You want to come? And pretty much if they tell another Lao person, hey, buy land over here, it's so
Mm-hmm.
cheap. Back then, it's probably they said land is like what $400, $500
Mm.
like acre and stuff. But I don't know the real price. I'm just saying, assuming what it was back then. And then they tell their friend move in, hey, go buy this other land down the street. It's for sale. And the other friend buy it. And then it just grows from there. And then pretty much you're gonna need a place to pray and do your prayers and stuff. And I guess that's how they started up the temple. Hey, we're gonna need our own place in the community. Just come together. Let's, we need a place to pray. It's like church. You live in a
Mm-hmm.
certain area, you're gonna have a church where you need to go pray, and then it becomes your praying grounds. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's how Saginaw Temple got started
Yeah, that's
early.
kind of a little bit of the stories of sprinkling of the stories that I actually heard from the area. I'm trying to, I want to just collect as much information as far as I can, just to kind of satisfy my personal interest in the whole thing. And it's definitely matching up. What I originally heard was, like you said, there's mobile homes and everything, just in the Saginaw area, and then before you know it, the settlement, they started buying homes and land and everything like that, to where they built they built their homes as a perimeter and the actual temple in the middle. Is that
Yeah,
is that fair? Yeah. So that's why I had to ask. It's like, how can you guys pull this off? Because I know a lot of the Lao New Year celebrations, it's sprinkled around in certain areas of the bigger cities and the metropolitan cities. But that's what it is. It's the bigger metropolitan cities, to where if you're gonna do a parade, it'll be inside the actual temple itself.
yes,
And that's what I saw as far as one of the main differences, if the main difference of the Saginaw celebrations itself. It's around the darn neighbor. It's what a mile and a half to 2 mile parade route, from my understanding.
yeah. It's about like a good about a good 3 hour parade.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
get pretty tired. Yeah, some people only do like 1 hour and bail out.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then
So
some people.
when
Yeah,
did you actually start? So you said you started as a group. You didn't start as a group and started doing the floats. How did you? So for those that don't know, John and Lao Nation, they participate in the parade, and in the parade itself, you have a bunch of floats. You have just and I believe it's a competition also, right? And I'm
yeah.
that's is.
It's pretty much, yeah. It used to be, well, like they used to, like judge it and stuff, see who got
Mhm.
the best design, the best decorations, this and that.
Mhm.
Now it's just kind of, every time they call me up there, it's just whatever. It's like it's for everybody now. Everybody wins,
Yeah.
pretty much type of thing. Nobody get
Mm.
first place, second place. But I still hear people here and there say, "Oh, you got first place, you got second place."
Y
But as from my experience going up to the stage, every time they announce their group name and stuff,
Mhm.
I just get an envelope with money, and pretty much every time we get it, we donate it back. We just hand it back to the old folks. Like, thank you. We just did this to just have fun with the culture and rep our culture and bring awareness to our culture and bring everybody to celebrate our tradition.
As it should. I mean, that's
Yeah.
dope, man. So my question was, before I had mentioned that is how did your group, was it a concerted effort to be like, let's do a float? Or and did you already try to go straight to Saginaw, or were you mainly in
It,
the Rockwell
it
area?
first started. We started as a group, like I said, nonprofit group.
Mhm.
That was my idea. I did it first. I created the Loud Nation name. Did the organization and everything. I said, okay, I want to do this. Let's just go out and do stuff in our community. This and that. We do. Not just a Loud community. We do all over the DFW.
Mhm.
We try to keep it diverse.
Mhm.
Same thing, but we Loud Nation, but we keep it diverse so we can reach out to different people. We don't just focus on our loud people. We focus on our friends and stuff that need help. We'll go out there and help them, family, funeral, anything like that. And then one day, we always join teams at the Loud New Year, like always joining, and they'll things they do, it just doesn't relate with us. We just
Mm.
following along, like, hey, how about we you know make our own float, make it more hip, make it more you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
new
yeah, yeah.
way of expressing ourselves
Yeah.
instead of the old traditional way. I understand that people want to keep it that way, but then as time go on, we allow Americans, so we tend to came out more of our style than the older people style, and then it just became a every year thing after that. It's like everybody, hey, let's do it again this year. Let's, start from a small little trailer,
Uh-huh.
got to a bigger trailer. It's like next, somebody's like, hey, let's get a gooseneck. Let's get that. Like, oh man, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's just out of control. And then I'm losing my mind trying to organize everything because it got so big to the point where people want to do parties, after
Mhm.
parties. They want to keep it going. And then as these ideas grow, the team is still a one like a 2-3 man gang. I'm
Yeah,
like, man,
yeah.
it's hard.
I mean, we can come up with ideas all day, but then you're the one implementing it and actually going through the motions and going through the headaches and
Yeah, the finance.
the
That's why we got.
finance.
Yeah, that's why we got to step it up for sponsors and all that. And then I got to go there. Explain to them what our goal and our mission is.
Yeah,
So it gets hard. As the road get longer and longer, and the more
yeah,
things people want to do, and then as things goes on, I want to do more stuff for like the community and stuff instead of just doing a float. I want to be more
yeah.
transparent and be out there. Like be. It's not for trying to be famous or anything like that. To just be more transparent of what our
Mhm.
group is for and what the cause is for. That's pretty much what I want to get our group into.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, it's a lot of. I had asked another. I had asked another a person that was involved with the floats, and it was more of a candid conversation to where it's like, he seemed burnt out. He was just
Yeah,
like, man. And I asked him, I was like, is this like one of those inherent obligations for the culture? And he's like, it really is to a certain, after a while, because the first 2, 3, 4 years, right? You're sitting there, you're spending all this time, money, energy, time lost with your family. But then that third or fourth year, it starts getting it starts taking up a lot of your time, and you kind of just get burnt out. But there is that obligation in the back of your head, and it's like, this, do you feel that at all? But it seems like you're very motivated and energized.
yeah. It just I love doing it. It's just like when and then the one year we didn't do it. I'm just sitting there like just sitting there on the
Oh,
sideline, like, man, this is feel
oh,
weird.
there was a year you guys didn't even pull out?
Yeah, it was one year that we joined after the COVID year. Because
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that COVID year, we planned everything. It was the year of the rat. We had a shirt that was like
Mhm, mhm.
we instead of a rat, we had a 69, the rapper.
The rat. He has a crazy
No,
story.
you know, it's the concept of it. We enjoy doing it. That's what comes with it. You know, you have fun out of it, and then that's what
Uh,
makes us different from the older crowd teams. You know, the
uh-huh.
older crowd, they just slap a rat on a shirt.
Yeah.
We just get an outline of a rat, but with us, we be just be doing too much. We were like,
You guys are
we go rainbow
wilding.
color. Okay, we go rainbow with a rat. 69 on
I
the shirt.
I just that's no, you can so if you haven't been to these the parades, especially the celebration. I can't I've been to I think I've been to two other um celebrations here. And two of the actual temples here. And it's definitely much different than the Saginaw one. Um and with regards to the parade itself, you can definitely tell the difference in the traditional way of doing, how it was before, and what the newbie, the kids, when the kids took over and their floats is very different. Is very different.
Yeah,
And I think your group is it's a do any other groups that participated in this parade travel like y'all? Because I know you go all over.
I think we're the only group that does the whole DFW like
Hmm.
across because pretty much our local temple is a walk wall temple just down the street from our house. That's like we're on the east of
Hmm.
Dallas, and
Hmm.
then it's like we're going to the west, like about northwest of Fort Worth to do it. I think we're the only team, the young team that goes across town to do it. Because I'm pretty sure the couple of a year ago, I seen some older crowd team. Was it? I forgot their name. Some band.
Hmm.
I forgot the
I'm
name.
I'm not familiar with all the names yet.
Yeah, because but I seen them go out to Saginaw too the same year we did it.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, after that I seen them disappear. But then it just they be out there with their crowd too. That's the only team that I seen that travels a lot.
Did you guys go out of state?
We have a team out in Murfreesboro, Tennessee
Hmm.
too. It's like a sister team. Pretty much they got their own team, Sal McMau, Mount
Hmm.
Bao McMuan, and then we pretty much started the same year together. It's like we, used to always collab with each other all the time, but it's the same people that's on that team is the same people that's on our team over here in
That's on
Saginaw.
our team. And
Yeah.
they come, you guys go back and forth as far as the groups, but you don't bring the flows. I would imagine that's a lot of work to bring
No,
the flow.
it's we joked around about that one time. We're like, man, but that's too far. If we brought all their floats over and combined
Yeah.
it over here, I just told him I'll take care of it. It's just like that was the agreement. I'll just take care of it. But we
Mhm.
bring it from Walkwall to Saginaw. It's like about a 2 hour with traffic. Trying to prove that, it just be funny, happy loud New Year. Everybody's like,
On the
what
freeway. On the freeway. No, it's definitely here. Actually, here, let's do this. I want to. We were talking about this earlier, and I think if I can cue this up, I want. We're sitting here trying to paint a picture of this whole thing, and I definitely want to. If you haven't seen it, I mean, there's videos out there, and I'm going to show you one of the videos. This is actually this from last year. Let me cue this thing up. Let me cue this thing up. You have to excuse me for not being prepared here. But this is who's the video we were watching earlier. That's
that's DJ So
DJ Sopo, right?
shout out
And
to him in the video. Yeah.
he's part of your team, or he does a lot of stuff with y'all?
He's part of us. Yeah. He grew with us and a
Cool,
good
cool,
friend. Yeah.
cool. Let's do this. Let me pull this puppy up. So let's put a little bit of music on that too, because let's turn that up. So this was last year. And this was my first event last year that I went to. Mind you, I had an opportunity to be on a float. I was told if you're on a float, if you're not on a float, you're still gonna get drunk and
Yeah.
drenched.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You stay
And
inside
you
the temple in the food booth, you're going to get drunk too.
it don't matter. It don't matter. Look at this thing. Oh, he can't hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that thing.
Is it playing?
Hold on, give me 1 second here. It's not playing.
Yeah. It's just frozen.
Oh, it's not frozen. Oh no, technical difficulties. Hold on, let me say. Give me 1 sec. Stop sharing. Let me try to reshare this thing again. Sorry, y'all. Is it this one? Okay, let me see.
There it goes.
There it is.
2023.
Here, let's get some. Can you hear some music?
Yeah, I could hear some music.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. It hits better with the music.
Yeah, you just can't watch a
So
silent video.
tell me what we're looking at here, bro. This is your group, Loud Nation. You got the big sign in the back. Get the Bugs Bunny going on. Bunch of people throwing up weird things.
Yeah, you got friends and family just having fun. You know, traditional, trying to dance the traditional way, new way, and then we got the little doll right there. You know that
Look at that.
everybody.
They go John in the front.
We go our DJ Sieng, DJ So Paul, that's Joseph, one of the brothers, another DJ. We forgot his name. There's so many people out there. I can't keep up with everybody.
So y'all, this is during the parade, and these little clips. I mean, you've got a lot of. Last year I saw a bunch of what do you call those things? The drones up top. I saw everybody with the camera. I saw everybody looking like this because they love the shaving cream and the waters and everything. You are definitely gonna be wet when you're out there. There's no way you can't. You're gonna get wet. You're gonna have a few shots, a lot of shots if you're on the route. But see, this is moving very slowly, little pit stops along the way. The people on the float are, would you say like that's the like per team or is like per group?
It's per team.
It is per team. Okay.
Yeah.
So you basically support that particular float or that particular group, that particular team by purchasing their t-shirt, and then that then goes back and rolls over to the next year. You got motorcycles.
Yeah, it's like all kind of stuff happens out there. It just, if you never been to this event, you need to try it out one time in your life. You know, it's just like after you come to Saginaw, you be like, man, every other float, every other parade in any other city just don't feel the same no more.
It doesn't. Now I'll tell you that I was very impressed. I think that was part of the route where we were at.
Yeah,
everybody's like, and then this is the entire neighborhood. The route actually goes in it goes in a circle around the temple itself. So everyone that lives, I mean, you can already imagine this. This only happens one weekend of the year, anyways. But everyone on that route, they're into it. You know, they're in the crap out of you.
And then all the houses they're all welcoming too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you need to use the restroom, you need to drink some water, all you gotta do is be polite and ask, and they'll let you.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't go up there all drunk and
Yeah. So this is just a sample. If you guys want to take a look at that, DJ Sopal is it's his page. He it's his channel. He did one I believe in 19, and he also in 2019, and of course did they do one in 2020?
We did one in 2019, 2020. 20 was COVID.
Yeah.
That's the year we planned with the 69 I told you about.
Okay.
Yeah, we canceled it. And then 2021 we took a break from everything because we wasn't really, it was just coming out of COVID, and we was like, the temple gonna do it, they're not gonna do it. So that year all we did was just print out a shirt and sold our merch. We just walked around and sold our merch and promote our.
Let's talk about that real quick. I don't want to spend too much. On my pod, I like to touch base on, because it seems like COVID is like this taboo subject, but it also affected the culture. Just the culture around the area and also the celebrations. Those 2 years, 20 and 21, what was it like as far as just the celebrations for the New Year's?
Like when COVID hit, pretty much like the whole community was quiet. Everybody was scared to go anywhere, have a gathering. And then same time during them years, we lost a lot of, like very important, like head community people works for the temple and stuff, because I think that's the same year as Karen's father passed away too. And he was a real big part of the DFW community. He sponsored a lot of people, did a lot of paperwork to help them become citizens and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
He worked both temple, like Walk Wall Temple, Kimbo. That's one of the original temples too. Kimbo. It's a small temple, but it's pretty knit, tight community. Yeah.
That's the first one I went to. And it's still, I mean, it's as small as it is, it's a lot more intimate, actually.
Yeah, it's more intimate. It's more, it's people there all know each other, and majority of people there is like family. It's like more enjoyable. It ain't like Saginaw, but it's more of kick back, drink,
Hmm.
dance, have fun type of environment.
Saginaw's a blur.
Yeah,
It really
Saginaw.
is.
Yeah, just get ready to, man, go all out. Get some, Powerade. Just be ready.
Get some Pedialyte,
Yeah.
and that's really what it is. I mean, if you don't want to partake in the drinking and everything like that, you can always, like, when you're in the midst of it's like a storm coming when you see it. So basically the process is you're at the actual temple. So it's 3 days, right?
Yes, 3 day
Friday,
event.
Saturday, Sunday. There's performances. There's the pageant there. There's a lot of there's plenty of booths. There's a lot of activities there as far as, and a lot of food. Definitely a lot of food. Um, and you that's when you soak in the just the culture itself, and that's, just the celebrations itself, right? The traditions. But
Yeah,
then Sunday itself, that's when, and I think it's around like 2 or 3 when it start gathering the, is that what it is?
is usually it's 12 o'clock after
Mm-hmm.
the monks and stuff eat and do their praying.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they come out and bring out the 3-headed face with the princess.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long story on that one. You gotta, if you want to, people should know if they want to know more about how Lao New Year got started. But we're not on that subject
Okay.
of how the parade thing got started. Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Okay.
But pretty much you'll see that come out first with the monk, and then that's how the other teams just follow along, and we're pretty much sending the king off where the prince is dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
that's the meaning behind it. Yeah,
And it's really, if you compare it to just the event, it's to something else, the event to something else. It's like the clouds are rolling in at
yeah,
that point. The clouds are rolling in. You feel a slight breeze in the air, and before you know it, and when it's, the music starts. I mean, it seems like every single float has their own music, loud music. And once the music starts, and it's on, and if you, like I said, if you aren't partaking in the inebriations, if you don't want to get any, like, people are constantly walking around with the bottles, and I mean, it's open. You can drink in the streets here, just like Vegas and Louisiana, and they've got, it's ready to pour every single step
yeah,
of the way here. But if you're not going to partake in that, you can still take a huge step back and take a look at this event,
yeah,
and it's
and it's a
madness.
yeah.
Here, I want to show one. Let me go back to that video because I want to show this one scene. And I think I was telling you, I was like, when I rewatched this video, I was like, golly, 'cause they put the drones up. Here, let me kind of like
Yeah,
get to
there's
that.
like drones everywhere. It's just you gotta watch your
Not,
head too if you
not
go up.
that, not that. Yeah, that's my homeboy's truck, Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie's. Yeah, the
That's
fire.
his truck right there, fire truck. They got the fire truck. They had and those people from last year, Sabidi Fest, people that performed, they actually joined that float. And they've got, God, I don't know. I didn't know
Hometown
what the hell
donor.
was in there. Hold on. It's just, I want to, okay, this is leading up to here. I want you guys to see this. So this is just, it's as thick as this for like 2 or 3 miles.
Yeah,
I mean, this is walking down your neighborhood, and that's really what it is. And there's no, it's as advertised. So I definitely wanted y'all to see that particular part because I was sitting there like, God, like when I compare it to a storm, and if you're in the middle of it, you're having a blast. You're having a blast. But we were we were talking a little earlier. So there's, throughout the years, we'll take a little bit of time to talk about this. So what are the crazier things that you've seen on the route?
we we had somebody on our team when as the parade went by. They knocked out, fell in a ditch, leg up in the air, but then
What?
we,
On
we,
the float, jumped off the float, or what happened there?
I seen that too. People jump off the float, get ran
Huh?
over by the float. I see girls go under the trailer being too drunk, And
Oh
then
my
crazy
goodness.
things that I would see is like was it camels, like what we talked about? Yeah,
I've
a few
heard
years
about.
ago. Yeah, somebody
I
brought out a
haven't
camel.
seen the picture yet. In that video you sent me, is the camel in there?
Yes, I know that was in the 2019
The 19 one. Okay. So when I cut this up,
year
I'm gonna
before COVID.
definitely put
Come
the
in the
camel
video, we
in
gotta
there.
check it out. Yeah, you gotta
I'm
find
gonna
it.
put that in
Yeah,
there because I
had the
don't want to
girl running
send
around
it.
with her bikini. Yeah,
So there was a camel. Somebody had a
yes,
camel in the parade itself. So I heard a different story though. It was like somebody said that they were delivering a camel. The guy that was delivering the camel to a home in that area, unfortunately, was stuck because of the parade. and he
No,
didn't know how to go here or there. So he said, "Screw it, I'm dropping this camel off," and the camel was just running wild.
that Camel actually, the team that I think they're gonna do a float this year. B&K Cafe, shout out to them.
Okay, okay.
They brought out that Camel. Yeah, they pretty much rented out and brought it to the New Year's. Yeah,
Camel.
but rest in peace to that Camel. He's passed away now.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So, so that's right. Yeah, that's and that was in 19. You said right?
2019. Yeah, before COVID hit. Yeah. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. People have like different ideas, and then Biggie and them came out with the fire truck the other
Hmm.
year. It's crazy, yeah. Just new things all the time. You know, as the years go by, I think it's going to get more and more interesting with new stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and it's really there's a few things that needs to be considered with regards to the future of this thing. Number one, there's definitely a lot of influence that's rubbing off on a lot of the other cities, a lot of the other bigger cities. There's like, yeah, we got to step our game up because these guys are really, it's wonderful, but we also gotta. There's a lot of pride, especially in the DFW community. There's a lot of pride of what you have, but what you're saying is like last year I heard Murfreesboro like added another stage. They're getting bigger.
Oh man, yeah, Murfreesboro. I was out there, man. I love their setup.
Hmm.
Is their
Is that right?
temple? It was like a fair. You ever been to Dallas State Fair?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty much the way they had it set up. It was nice. They had like three stages. They had
Mm,
one main stage in the front before you walk into the temple, but the temple ground and the field, it's like they have like a field. It's like a fair, like how you walk into a fair, and
hmm.
you got the entrance where you pay and everything. It's same setup like that. Got the little bar and everything. And then when you go in, you see the main stage, and then when you go all the way down to the right, you see another stage, and then you go. It's the other was it the second stage is for the younger crowds, like newer
Okay,
generation
okay.
singers, and then the main stage is more for the older crowds.
Pretty separated.
Yeah, it's pretty separated.
Okay,
And
okay.
you gotta walk. Just make sure you wear some cowboy boots. Don't be wearing some fresh new J's.
No, no, no J's out there. Is it? It's still the muddied areas.
Yeah, it got rocks, gravel,
Mm, mm.
and your shoe will get beat up. That's just my, advice. Don't wear no nice shoes. Girls, don't wear no heels.
They're still gonna be out there trying to flex. You already know that.
Yeah.
They'll have the second pair of J's on, or maybe some Air Force Ones or something.
Yeah, but they had a lot of vendors out there, man. It's like it was, man. I was lit too. I was drunk, and I was like, man,
Hmm.
just you could hear music everywhere, and then you got younger crowds starting their own stuff at the booth and stuff.
Hmm.
There's parties here, party there. You didn't know where to go. It just you guys got to check it out. Yeah, I
So
can't.
they're pushing and I celebrate them just because it's just that's the thing with just from my experience with the Lao community over here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. There's a lot of pride, and they all kind of just are all together, very welcoming of everybody else, but at the same time, the roots are still there and there's very much supportive of everybody else, right? Um, but there's so much pride. There's so much pride in what they do and how they feel like there again that inherent obligation of actually carrying this thing on, and there's the motivations behind that. We were talking about this a little bit earlier as far as like what's this going to look like within the next decade here, just because I mean the inevitable happens to where our elders get older, and before you know it they're not going to have a lot of time putting all this stuff together. Y'all groups, like with you, your progression is you want to be a lot more transparent in the community and everything like that. Have a lot more more of a sit down and maybe like behind the scenes type of thing, as opposed to being on the float and just having to lead this thing. There's so many changes going on in the Fort Worth area as far as growth, and just the scenery is going to change, and the younger kids are going to take over. How do you see? Because you're still first gen, but
Yeah.
once I feel it's like once, do you think this is setting up the next generation, the second and third generation, to where they'll be able to carry this type of thing on?
Well, to me, the way I see it, we were talking about it a few days ago how it's going to be, and then it just this generation, like the second generation, like pretty much our kids and stuff. I see it's just a lot of them don't really speak our language much no
Hmm.
more, but they
Hmm.
know about the parade. But the parade probably still be there, but they will forget the tradition, where it came from and how it
Yeah.
happened, the reason why we celebrate. They're just going to see it as another Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
It's just like when you talk about Mardi Gras, everybody be like, they just know about Mardi Gras, right?
Hmm.
But they won't know the roots that go all the way back, how Mardi Gras became, type of stuff like that. But I see, and then Saginaw at the same time, it's becoming, everything's getting so built out there, where it's getting so populated, where I tend to see like the city can really crack down on them doing that.
Rockwall is the same thing.
Yeah, Walkwall.
Rockwall is the same thing. I seen that they're putting some sort of a resort right there, right off the bridge.
Yeah,
And so,
it's getting big, and then it's just pretty much they're gonna have to find like a new temple, new ground where you could really celebrate and be yourself. Because
mhm,
I know Saginaw past few years they had a lot of rules and
mhm,
laws that had to
mhm,
abide by, get permits to do this, sound code, like I talked about earlier. It's getting ridiculous, and then
mhm.
it gets to the point where people don't want to celebrate it no more. But hopefully, 20 years from now, we don't know how everything's going to go, but
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
the younger crowd still keep it going. And then as for me, I still want to keep what we're doing going with my daughter as she get older and stuff like that. But then, like you said, I want to step back a little bit and just, be more transparent and run the group more of be more organized, be more,
mhm,
out there
mhm.
helping, being out there actually, doing something at the temple that's more than not just partying, being on a float, this, that, just be a mature adult. Time to grow up.
We got time. We're
Yeah.
enough. What, you're in your 40s now? We
Yeah.
got time. We got time.
Still got another 20 years of partying.
There you go. So okay, so the successes, and I don't want to have to keep just going back to the Saginaw Temple here, but it is really where a lot of this stuff happens, even with Rockwall and all. I think, but the main the successes have been with everybody just coming down to visit. I'm hoping, like, if you do want to the out of towners, if you want to experience this, yeah, definitely come down for Saginaw, but also, if you have the time, pay the other Watts a visit, pay the other temples a visit. Even the Cambodian temple. Where's that one? There's a Cambodian temple,
Duncanville.
Duncanville. That one I went to. Huge,
Yeah,
beautiful,
it's a huge, nice
beautiful
temple. Yeah.
temple. And they also, I like how they did it. Also, when I went there last year, they had that main stage, and it was shared by. It was an eclectic group of performances, a lineup of performances, and it was lined up, and it kind of showed where the event and where a lot of these celebrations are going, because the final, I don't know, did you go last year?
We didn't get a chance to go.
The last performance was a rap performance, and it was basically, it was interesting because it's not your traditional, like, it was a bunch of rappers on stage getting crazy. It was like, it was a lot of still catering and really understanding
To the
who
culture.
you're performing to, right? And
Yeah.
it was a lot, and there's a lot of just blessings and understand, and the songs were right on point. And it's kind of that handoff. It's definitely that handoff to the next generation. um Last year, Sabaidi Fest came to and shared their group, and they had a couple days over at in Haltom City, in Alexis is a performance center over there. They definitely helped boost up the crowd. This year, you're actually involved with another big group in a big event that's coming in. It's probably a much bigger one in this area. You want to speak to that just a little bit? Let's push that a little bit, because it's the cause. I love the cause of what's going down with that.
Yeah. It's well, this year, on a Friday, was it April 26th, I believe. We will be having a concert for Loud Legends. All the singers is going to come to America, and they're going to do all this like pretty much for free. They, took their time out to come to America to do it for free, and all the proceeds will be going to nonprofit organizations for, like, Lao,
Huge.
Cambodian. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as you have a nonprofit organization and you want to be recognized and need some funds. You just got to hit up the ambassadors of
Hmm.
Lao Legends, and we'll put you in and recognize you if you need fundings and stuff. That's pretty much all the concert. The main focus will be about is the Lao Legends concert, like, not about individual artists or anybody else. It's all Lao people, Lao artists from Laos coming in to just to do a good cause for the
Mhm.
community, not just people in America from Laos. It's like bringing everybody together.
And this isn't at like some community center, y'all. I see it's not. A lot of times when you have, groups, especially more cultural groups, they'll bring them together in their community centers, their rec centers, or even like at the temples or anything like that, right? I saw the venue to this thing. It's at the Toyota Music Center or
Yeah,
Toyota Music Factory.
Pavilion Music Factory. Yeah, it's a pretty big
It's a
venue.
huge venue, bro.
Yeah,
I seen you guys walking through it. I was like, whoa.
yeah, it's pretty big. It's like you have big artists that go perform there. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we get a good turnout, be a big good memories. I just want to have good memories there. Like yeah, we did this concert here. Like all these Laos artists came. We supported the community. I hope it goes the way as we plan, as we promote it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to the Lao Legends ambassador. They're all working hard trying to get things rolling because we only got like what, a month or 2 months left. About two
Yeah.
months. Yeah.
Yeah. I know of a big group, and I would consider them a big group because it's when you have a collaboration of like people getting together to actually come from a certain like from the Northwest coming down here. Um, I know of a pretty big group that's actually coming down just to go see that, and I definitely I know nothing. I can't understand. I'm Filipino, so I don't understand to that extent. I'll understand words here and there, but I think the fact that you have again legends of of your community, the music that you're used to from the old home, um them coming down and to support this community that's trying to build here and continuing on as far as just keep it growing. I think that's definitely something else, and it goes back to again, it goes back to the community. Majority of that does actually go back to the community, and I think that's huge, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So that's coming in next month, April. You said
April 26th, I
April
believe.
26th. Okay. I
Let
hope.
me let me double check. It should be April. I don't want to. Yes, April 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your involvement in that? Are you a sponsor to that, promoter to that?
I'm not sponsoring anything. I'm just doing it to help. Because my friend reached out, wanted me to help, and then I was
Hmm.
like, and I got my own nonprofit organization too, but they asked me if I wanted proceeds and stuff to go to my group, and I pretty much said no. I don't. I'm just doing it because I love the culture, and I want to do it just to help. I don't need none of that recognition or nothing like that. I told
As we
him,
should.
yeah,
As we should. I mean, that's how it should be, and that's basically how this thing grew. It's like just the community over here. Everybody's kind of supporting each other. Nobody's like you said when you guys are handed over envelopes for your participation and just kind of like a thank you to your float. You give it right back, and I think that's how it should be. That's how
yeah,
it's. I mean, what's that denomination gonna help? Oh, you need to distribute it to everybody else, and I just give it back because that's what we're there for, right?
yeah. That's the whole cause for us, just to celebrate and have a good time, knowing that we still in it for our culture and keep trying to keep it alive, pretty much.
Listen, bro, I I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me. I know that we had connected, and I said I asked you first. I was like, "You camera shy?" And he's like, "Yeah, but if it's if it's for the culture, if it's for also, John is actually family to me, and if it's for the fam, let's go ahead and put it out there." And I think as the days went by, and as we continued to connect, you yourself started seeing just the real additional reasons to actually get in front of the mic, and I really appreciate it. Um, so what's the preparation going to be for the next, what is it, like it's already March, it's already like March 4th, right? For this month, what's it look like for you?
For where we're
And
progressing, you
yeah,
said
in progression to the next, because
it's getting to crunch time, and
it
then
is getting crunch time,
yeah,
right?
it's getting crunch time, and then we're pretty much getting close.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to get with the sponsors, get everybody on the same page. We already got the shirt,
Mm-hmm.
made. Then now we just got to, go through making the banners, making sure everybody get recognized for, their work and effort that helped us, and pretty much decorate the float and get all the sound system ready, sound check and all that. Make sure we have everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually, things like that people don't think about. Once the day comes, oh man, we ain't got a mixer, we ain't got a this burnt out. It's a lot of stuff to go
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with it to prep for the New Year's. It's not just get a float, get a trailer, and hop on and grab some beer. Let's go, guys. You know, it
Yeah,
ain't like,
I know.
it just you
That's the
can go out
payoff.
like that, but you're grown now. You gotta do things the professional and the right way. You can do some, do it the right way. If you're gonna rep your culture.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I appreciate and the reason why I ask is again, people need to understand, what goes into this. I mean, people coming into town, you see these things. It is like I said, it's a blur, but
Yeah.
all those floats, all the people that are on those floats, all the people following those floats with the same T-shirts, especially with the Loud Nations, like with the float going around Rockwall, with the float going around Saginaw, with all these shirts, all these people that are following. You got to understand there's one, two, or three people, just like John said, like, that are actually heading that thing. And I wanted to put a face to that just because and not even just like, let's do this for this year. Let's do it for a year. Let's try this out. This band has been doing it since, you said, what, 2006, 2016? Which one?
2016. Next year is our
2016.
next year is our 10-year anniversary.
Whew. Oh,
That year we got to come out big. Yeah, everybody's like, hey, we got to do it big. And it's year of the snake.
whoa. Hey, can we expect anything different this year for the float, or is it different
The,
colors, or
different color. We got
okay,
brighter because
okay,
every year we used to, younger people, we tend to not want to
okay.
be out there all flashy like the old people. I realized the older folks tend to like to be, green,
Hmm.
orange, red. They like to be bright, but we always kept it, dark colors, gray, whatever. Like, down low team. Now this
Hmm.
year we're gonna
Hmm.
go bright orange. It's like whatever. We're gonna go monk
Let's go.
orange.
Let's go. I seen the shirts. It's definitely you're gonna see them a mile away. The
Yeah.
float is gonna be seen a mile away, and like I had showed in that video, I mean that group was stacked, and now you're definitely going to go and see a much more stacked float this year. So plug your socials,
Mhm.
let them know where they can find you, where they can support you. And I mean, not even you, it's like all the projects that you're working on, because I know you're a humble man. So let them know what else you got going on, and where to find
Uh,
you.
like this year, pretty much we might or might not have a booth. It depends. We still in the talk about it. If we do, we'd be out there, promoting a group and promoting the concert. And if you guys want to grab merch or whatever, come by, say hi. We also got a Facebook group with like 11K, members following us. It's Loud Nation. Just type it up, Loud Nation with the star Nation, and you'll see it with the same logo shirt that I got on with the
There you
elephant.
go.
Yeah,
We're gonna
same.
get one of those shirts, man. You
Yeah.
guys got merch off the site, or do you guys have your own Shopify or anything like that?
We try to tend to keep it on a like exclusive
Uh-huh.
towards friends and family.
Okay.
We wanted to do online, but there's so much work to keep up with this and that. And then we're like, you know what? We just drop our stuff every Loud New Year. That's the best way to do it. It's
All
just
right.
the way, or with the way the method we try to follow. Kind of like Supreme, how they drop a
Mm-hmm.
certain amount.
You know, there's some shock drops to the Loud Nation three-headed elephant. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, again, bro, I really appreciate it. Hang tight. I want to go ahead and let's go ahead and end the show just in a couple seconds here. Everybody who showed up on the stream and also on the repeat of this thing, make sure you check it out. Um, find them on Loud Nation. Take a look at the. I think it's open right now as far as just the memberships. I know you want to try to keep it exclusive also, but take a look at them. I mean, and if you do come visit this year, I'm sure if you're new to the whole event, look them up. You will not miss them this year. They're going to be orange. So definitely you'll see them coming.
Dragon
Again,
Ball Z theme. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. Okay, there you go. And
Yeah. They should admit it. Our flow is going to be a Nimbus.
I
Nimbus
do.
Cloud.
I can't. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. This is going to be a year of the dragon too. Is going to be a hell of a year. Um,
I was supposed to dye my hair blonde too for Super
are
Saiyan.
you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to. All the
Yeah.
guys, Super Saiyan.
No, whatever you got left, right? All right, brother. I want to say thank you again. We'll see you around, and also Loud Legends. Check that out. I will in the cut ups. I'll definitely put them out there. And get the posters on the IG. Everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. Thank you so much. We'll see y'all.
Bro,